A podcast? Did your radio show get canceled?
Fire. Low down and filthy, but the discipline is on point. Schooled myself, made my own dojo. A cold flow with the whole dose of soul. Maintain composure, even in theory. An anomaly, properties undiscernible to mere.
This week on The $1 Million Plan, we talk teaching kids about money. And to do that, I've got my special co-host this week, Olivia Marie Dunn. She's 8 years old. She is my daughter. Welcome to the show, Ollie.
Hi, Dad.
How are you?
Good.
All right, so here's what we're going to focus on this week. We're going to talk about the things I've always wanted to teach you about money. Okay, there's a few things. Okay? You ready to learn?
Ready?
Do you know anything about money, first of all?
Yes.
What do you know?
Save your money. Don't spend it on junk food and toys.
That's right. Save your money. Don't spend it on junk food and toys is a good place to start. But I have 9 other lessons to teach you today.
Stocks, bonds, yes.
No, we're not dealing with that today. But what do you know about stocks and bonds?
Stocks are, you own part of a company,
Sure.
and then a tiny part,
Yes, correct.
because millions and millions of people do this, and they could be doing the same company as you.
That's exactly right.
So you only have maybe about one. I don't know. I'm
Okay.
not going to do that.
That's good. No, that was pretty good. And what about bonds?
Thinking. Bonds is where you let a company borrow some money from you.
That's exactly right. Okay, well, let's build on that. So to start out, here's what we're going to do. I've got a little experiment for us.
Ooh, experiment.
I've got some dark chocolate nom-noms here I can share with you.
Ooh.
Okay, so here's the deal. I will give you one of these now, or
Delicious.
don't touch, they're not yours yet. If you wait to eat these until the end of the show, I will give you 2. So
I'd
you're gonna-
rather had one.
You'd rather have 1 now and nothing later, because later on you'll have 2. Like you'll get 2 at the end of the show if you simply just wait and eat them at the end of the show. When we're done working, you get 2 instead of 1 if you wait, or you get 1 now and none later.
One now.
What if I went 3 later versus 1 now? I will give you 3 later, or you can just have 1 now and that's the only one you're ever going to get.
One now.
Why did you choose 1 now?
Because back to where I said you don't want to spend your money on junk food like those, but they look so good.
Okay.
But if you eat them and then you're like, oh my gosh, they're so good, you're going to buy them again and again.
But you're
and
never going to
again
have
and
these again. This is the last chance in your entire life that you will get any dark cocoa nom-noms. So you either have 1 now and it's the last one you'll ever enjoy, or if you wait to the end of the show, you get to have 3 of them. What's your choice? Final answer. What is it?
I don't think you're going to keep the promise of giving me 3
no,
at the
do
end
not
of the show.
doubt the faith and fidelity of the Peter government to give you these 3 nom-noms. I will give you these 3 nom-noms.
How many are left in the bag even?
5. But listen, if you choose the 1 now, it's the only one you're ever getting. But if you let it grow, if so to speak, you'll get 3 at the end of the show. If you show a little bit of patience, you will get 3. What are you going to do?
Let's see. What should I do?
1 now.
Bacon pig? Do you have a suggestion?
I think you should wait and take the 3.
Okay, I will take 3.
Okay, you'll take the 3. So we will set these aside for later, and you will get to enjoy them after the show.
Yes.
All right, so that was lesson number 1, Olivia.
What did that mean?
Patience.
Okay.
Okay, so listen, you're going to make money throughout your career, right? You have a job now. You have a lemonade business, right?
Yeah.
Okay. When you make money, you can either spend it right away or leave it alone and let it grow. And when you let it grow, it turns into more money. Like, so by being patient, we took 1 nom-nom and now it is 3 nom-noms because you showed patience. If you would have had 1 nom-nom and just put it in your face hole, that'd be the last nom-nom you ever had. No more nom noms.
Well, we could buy more.
Not the point. Thank you for missing the point. Okay? So anytime you make money, let it chill out, let it grow. Do you know types of things people use to grow their money?
They use stocks
Right.
because if your business, part of the business
Mm-hmm.
you own, if they're doing well, it grows
Right.
with money.
And you get to share
And you
in
get
the
to
profits.
share the money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. So these three, that's lesson number 1. Patience will help your money grow. Okay, ready for lesson number 2?
Lesson number 2.
We talk a lot at our house about hard work, don't we?
Oh, yeah.
What do we talk about?
We talk about never giving up.
Right.
And trying your hardest. And if you're trying your hardest 100% or 75%. And yeah.
Okay. So hard work's important.
Because I got my math test right. And I did hard work on it.
Yes, and what did you get on your math test?
100%.
You got 100. I just saw that this morning. I'm very proud of you.
Because if you're only trying 75% and you get it right,
Uh-huh.
you're not trying your hardest, but you still got it right,
Yeah.
and that's not the best thing that you could have done. You could have tried your hardest and be the last one to finish your math test and get them all right.
Okay, well, here's the good news. What I'm about to tell you, you will be made better at the end of the show when you get 3 nom-noms, okay? But I have some sort of bad news.
I'm not
Sometimes,
getting
even when you try your hardest, it's not enough, okay? Sometimes other things are involved, like luck, right? Self-control. Think about this. Let's say you study hard in school now.
Yeah.
Then you go to college and you study hard and you work hard. And then things still aren't working out the way you want them to work out. Don't you think there's a lot of people out there right now working hard that don't have a lot of money?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Right? They work hard. So work hard's important. Super important. Very important. But here's what you can't think. Here's what I can't have you think.
Yeah.
Other people who maybe not doing well with money, that doesn't mean they don't work hard. Okay? It's important for you to understand that.
Yeah.
Think about that though, because if the opposite were true, if only people who worked hard had money and in no other, that doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And by the way, people who have money didn't necessarily work hard. They may not even be that smart. I mean, there are billionaires in this country. People have billions of dollars who didn't necessarily work hard and who aren't necessarily very smart, who aren't even necessarily good people. So hard work's important, but it's not everything. You understand that? Does that make sense? That's
Yeah.
lesson number 2. All right. Lesson number 3. This one's important. Don't ever forget this one. You have to pay your debts. Do you know what a debt is? Do you know how to spell debt?
Yes, I learned this in 2nd grade.
Okay.
DEPH?
That is deaf.
Oh, man.
Debt.
Debt. I don't know.
Let's try it. D-E.
E.
There's a sneaky silent letter in there.
I'm going to go with a T.
Well, it's not silent because you can hear the t. D-E-B-T. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
It seems like a
I've
debit.
never known that a B can be silent.
Well, it can be
Like,
silent.
it-
Unlike you, it can be silent.
That is true.
Okay. So debt. Okay. So debt. Do you know what a debt is? If I have a debt, do you know what that means?
You got to, you got to like pay your debt. If you did something, you got to do something in return.
You're pretty close, right? So let's say I don't have money to buy a pizza.
Yeah.
I could borrow money to buy a pizza, but that means then what that borrowed money is called a debt. Debt is when you owe someone something. Okay? Right? Like as it stands now, I have promised you these 3 nom-noms.
Yay.
So you are in, or I am in debt to you. I have to give those to you. Okay? Does that make sense?
Yes.
So think of it this way. Let's say Mommy and I did not save for college when you go to college. Let's say we didn't, because we are, and we'll talk about that more. But let's say we don't. And then you have to borrow money, to go to college.
We have to get a loan.
You have to get a loan. That's right.
And then later, we would have to pay from the loan,
Pay back the loan.
pay back the loan.
Right.
Yes.
Okay, so here's this thing. This is important too. Sometimes people take on debts. People borrow money and then they don't pay the money back. Okay? Do you think, you don't know, but do you think that's good or bad if someone borrows money but doesn't pay it back?
Bad.
That seems bad. Why do you think it's bad to say, hey, I'm going to borrow money from you, but I'll pay you back, but then they get there and they don't pay them back? Why is that bad?
Because they're not giving the debt.
Right, though they're not paying back the debt.
Yes.
You know, I go every month, you and I go somewhere, and we have a debt that we
Yeah.
pay. Do you know what that is?
The mortgage.
That's right. So what if one month I was like, nah, I don't want to pay you back? That seems like it would be bad,
Yeah.
wouldn't it? So you've always, Ollie, have to pay your debts, no matter what the situation is.
So here's an example of one time you didn't pay the debt.
Okay.
You asked me for a foot rub. I gave you one. You said if it was good, you would give me $5.
Okay.
Where's the $5?
It seems
It's
like
never popped up. I've never got it.
we'll look into that at the break. Can we go to break? You know
Yeah,
what I always say to our friend Mark Minner, the voice of the Butler Bulldogs.
If you mess up, go to break. So
That's right.
let's go to break.
All right, so coming back after the break, more things that I've always wanted to teach you about money with my daughter, Ollie Dunn. All that is next on the $1 Million Plan. I'm Pete the Planner.
And I'm Ollie Dunn.
Stop what you're doing. Log on and hit Pete up on Twitter at Pete the Planner.
Primo beat, man. Kanye let this one go. Man, sound good to me. I never question the right of any man to voice his opinion as strongly as any can. But then again, many men are citizens of their own little world, so they ain't really fitting in. I'm in the background blending in, camouflaged by the scenery, but I'm a champion. Revamp the camp again, put down the stamp again. Talk to my fans
Back on the $1 Million Plan. Teach your kids about money, special edition. I'm back with my daughter, my 8-year-old daughter, almost 9, Ollie Dunn. Hello, Ollie.
Hello.
Ollie, you have a lot of nicknames, don't you?
Yes, I am. I forget what it was. It's like Spaghetti-O or something.
I don't. No one
like
calls
that.
you Spaghetti-O. Who calls you Spaghetti-O? Nice earrings, by the way. What are those? Fishbowl earrings?
Fish bowls.
Yeah, that's great.
I'm Ollie. I am also Bob to Ted.
Okay, let's not
I
do this.
am Livy.
I call you Liv. All right, Ollie. Next
And
thing of
Squirrel.
no one calls you Squirrel.
You do.
Okay. Back on the show here, we're talking about what I want you to know about money. This next one's super important. Okay, and you're going to have to remember this. This is one of those things that you're going to have to remember for decades. You ready?
Yes.
Don't make your money problems other people's money problems.
Yes.
Do you know what that means?
Don't put your problem on another person.
Right. So, like, let's say I have an example here. Your pops, my dad, right?
Yes.
Let's say I have a financial problem. And I go to Pops and I'm like, man, I got a big financial problem. I need you to solve it. Doesn't in that moment, I mean, always my family and he loves me and he loves you and he would do nice things for us. But in that moment, don't I take something and I say, all right, this is a financial problem I have. And now I'm trying to make it your problem. Doesn't seem very cool, does it?
Yeah, it's not. Because I don't know what to say.
I know, it's an uncomfortable thing.
Yes.
Right. So here's where I'm going with this. Let's say, and I got an email about this the other day. Let's say after college, years after college, like when you're 30 or something, you want to buy a house. Okay? You've saved your money, you want to buy a house, and you go to buy the house, and the bank says, because the bank helps you buy the house, you know this?
Yeah.
They say, well, you're going to need $10,000 more to buy this house. And it's a house you really want,
Yeah.
right? Well, like if you don't have the $10,000 you need, think about what you might want to do to get that $10,000. Who do you think at that point would have $10,000 that you could use? Do you know someone with $10,000?
Maybe.
Who do you think it is?
My manager,
Who's your manager?
Ted.
Ted doesn't have $10,000.
Ted has imaginary dollars.
That doesn't count. Okay, let's say I had $10,000.
Yeah.
And you're 30 and you want to buy a house. If you came to me and you're like, Dad, I really want this house. It's got a unicorn in the backyard and it's got gumballs in the bathroom and all these sorts of things. Can I have $10,000? Don't you think that's making your financial conundrum my financial conundrum?
I have no idea what that means.
Oh, conundrum,
but I'm
problem.
going to say
Yes.
yes.
Okay.
So, my idea how to get that money was to get a job.
Okay. Yes. So then you're not making it my financial problem. It's still your problem.
It's my problem.
And you're solving it.
I'm solving the problem by getting a job, which will maybe take about 2 years.
Good.
So I would still have to live with you.
Do you remember when? Do you remember our basement before it was finished?
Yeah,
Do you remember
yeah,
it was
yeah.
just like sticks and stuff down there?
Yeah. Sticks.
So Mommy and I saved for like 2 years so we could do that because we didn't want to make it someone else's problem and borrow money from like family or ask, or we also didn't want to borrow money from the banks. We just saved money. So we had to wait 2 years, which continued to be like, oh, we don't have a basement the way we want it. But you had to be patient, right?
Yeah.
So we could have taken that money and bought things like gone out to eat or bought some wine
Bye.
or something like that. But we didn't because we wanted 3 nom-noms, the basement finished, as opposed to the 1 nom-nom at the time. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Next up, and by the way, if you're just tuning in to the program today, the $1 Million Plan with Pete the Planner, very special co-host, a person who used to have their own podcast.
Which might be continuing later.
Let me introduce you before we get to that. Her name
Okay.
is Olivia Dunn, Ollie Dunn. She's my 8-year-old daughter, soon to be 9. She's a 3rd grader, a gymnast, a soccer player, a baseball player, a singer. Your singing's gotten better, I've noticed. Heard you singing in the shower the other day. It's a little weird. It's true. You're like getting better at singing, right?
Yeah.
You're good at math too. Okay, next. This was important, and this one you already know because I've talked to you about it a lot. You ready?
Oh, yeah.
You don't even know what I'm about to say. You're agreeing?
Oh, yeah.
Don't agree before you know what it is.
Oh,
That's a
yeah.
good rule.
Oh, yeah.
Stop it. Okay. After college,
Yes.
what's the deal? What's the rule after college?
Get a job.
Well, yes, obviously. But where can you not go? Tell me you don't remember that. You don't remember the rule. After college, where can you not move to?
I have no idea. We've never talked
We've
about
talked
this.
about this. You're about to say, oh yeah, I forgot. Just like that. After college, you cannot move back in with Mom and me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. See, that's a voice. Okay, you can't move back in with us. Okay?
Where am I going to live?
Not my problem. Not my problem.
Where am I going to live?
I don't. Here's the thing, Ollie. I love you so much, but you cannot move back in with me. I love hanging out with you. Like I was in Mexico last week. I missed you a lot. I was so excited to
Sleep in
hug
the
you.
basement.
No, you can't sleep in the basement.
But
You
there's no
can't-
one down there.
Doesn't matter. You can't live with us. Okay?
Okay.
Right now you can't. So Mom and I are saving hard. You're gonna have an education worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Like we're saving so much money so you can get this education so you can go start your life. Okay? You can't live with us. Okay?
Bye.
Well, no, you can live with us now. Right? It'd be a little weird. We got your own place. Right?
Well, I do have my own place. It's my room.
Sure, but it's mine. Okay? When you graduate, whatever you think, oh, I'm gonna go travel Europe. Fine, I don't care. Just you can't come back to me. All right?
But I want to stay in Indiana.
Fine, stay in Indiana. There's lots of places to stay that don't involve me. Okay? You got to start. Remember when you were riding? You learned to ride your bike without training wheels. Do you remember that when we were doing that?
Oh, yeah. I have a picture.
Okay, so in order for you to not fall down, right? Because remember, at first you started, you took off the training wheels and you kept falling down, right?
Yeah.
Did you ever get a bloody knee or anything?
Yeah.
Of course. So the training wheels were off, and I was doing what as you were learning to ride?
Helping me.
I was helping. I was holding the back of the bike, right?
Yes.
Okay? And so I'd have to practice and let go a little bit and then grab back on when it seemed like you're about to fall until you got better at it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That same thing's going to happen when you're in college. Okay, we're gonna help you a little bit, and we're gonna let go of the bike, and then you're on your own. You're gonna ride out of my house, okay?
Pedaling on my bike.
Yeah, the pedal actions really work well for radio.
I have an example.
Oh, good. I was just wondering. Ollie, do you have an example?
Yes.
Okay.
The pedals are
Is this a metaphor?
no.
Okay, go
I
ahead.
have no idea what that means.
Okay.
I should know.
No, you shouldn't.
But I don't.
Go ahead.
Okay. The pedals are acting like like life, okay?
Okay.
So
Whoa, I need a drink. Go ahead.
okay, so you're pedaling first slowly when you get on your bike
Okay.
and starting to get forward.
Sure.
That's when you're starting college. Then you're going faster and going up the years in college.
Right.
Then, once you're going the fastest to get away from a bear that's chasing you, you're on your own.
Who's the bear?
I don't know.
Okay, but that was really good. I'll say this, though. There are going to be times when you're going to fall off your bike.
Yeah.
Right? There are. Like when you get out of college and you move out on your own, you might fall off your bike.
Yeah.
It's a metaphor, okay?
Yes.
I'll pick you back up, okay? And I'll set you back on your bike. But I'm not running after you. I'm letting go again, okay? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so after you graduate from college, what's the rule?
I'm on my own.
That's right. All right, but you're going to be smart, you're going to have an education, and you already know the rule. So that's half the battle.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Okay, last lesson of this particular segment before we move on. And my last lesson. This one's really important. And you and I have been learning about this through our friends. Like, we've got our friend who's an IndyCar driver,
Oh, yeah. Pippa Man.
Pippa Mann. Years ago, before you knew Pippa, and I knew Pippa, but I knew her, but you didn't. We were watching the Indy 500.
Yeah.
And you said to me, oh my gosh, a girl can be an IndyCar driver? Do you remember saying that?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so this is the next lesson. Girls can do anything boys can do. Okay? That's an important lesson. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. You can do whatever you want. And I'll tell Ted this too. Girls can do whatever he can do. Okay? So there's sometimes you look at what's going on in the world and you think, well, boys can do this and girls can't. That's not true. You can do anything boys can do. Anything.
Well, I have one excuse to that.
Okay.
You know Ted's ninja moves?
Ted has some ninja moves.
They're kind of impossible to do.
Well, he is just a good ninja. I bet there's some girl that could do better ninja moves than him.
Yes.
But like if you want to be the president of the United States, you can do that. If you want to be the president of a company, you can do that. You can do anything that you want to do. And it doesn't matter that you're a girl or someone else is a boy, you can do whatever you want. And here's what's crazy about that. Like when grandma was your age, the rules kind of weren't like that. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
Like there was this feeling like girls couldn't do what they wanted, but in the last few years people understood how silly it is that girls can do one thing and boys another. You can do whatever you want. You have to know that. All right? You good with that?
Yeah.
That's a good rule.
Yes.
All right, let's take it. Yeah. Do you have
Oh,
some?
wait.
Yeah,
If
I'll wait.
one more excuse.
One more example.
No one can be Mr. Flying Pig.
The flying pig on my desk, no one can be the pig except itself.
Yes.
Okay, let's do this. Let's take a break. Coming back after the break, a few more financial rules and other things to live by with Pete the Planner and Ollie Dunn. Is that good?
Yeah.
All right, we'll be back to the $1 Million Plan right after this.
Yeah. Axe hand on the beat. Yes, sir. Glass House. Yes, sir. Mr. Kinetic, Rusty Redenbacher. ATFU. Naptown. Yeah. Peace to Fetty and Fredo. Helicopter choppers. Yeah, y'all ain't hip yet. Cashing in like the end of the game at the casino. I lean so the glare of the rear view don't hit me. Swiftly through the avenues and boulevards. Old soul playing on my speakers. Old soul but young in age, a boss player. Not from the Himalayas, but my fam gave me Gary, Indiana game. Grew up around the country.
Welcome back to your $1 Million Plan with Peter Dunn.
Thank you for the applause. Thank you, Ollie. Ollie Dunn, my co-host today. Tell us about your podcast that no longer exists but might exist again. What did we do on your podcast? What was it called? When did we do it? Tell us all about it.
I'm just talking here. First grade,
Okay.
2015 to
Yeah.
16.
Yep. I just got a notice that we need to renew your domain, your website. Do you want to renew that? olliewisdom.com?
Yeah.
We should probably do that.
Yeah. And we should probably do one after this. So make sure you tune in.
Okay, don't plug your show on my show. Okay, there are very strict rules about that. Okay? All right, continuing on. Things that you should talk to your kids about. And I'm just having this conversation with my pal Ollie here on the air today. Right? Mm-hmm. Okay. So far, we've talked about patience. Like when you have money, letting it grow. In your case, you have the opportunity for one Coco Nom Nom. And now you're gonna get 3 at the end of the show. Mm-hmm. Okay,
3.
So that's showing patience. Number 2, we talked about hard work alone won't probably do it. Lots of people work hard, and just because you don't have money doesn't mean you're not working hard. I think sometimes there's this idea that if someone's struggling financially, that means they aren't working hard, and that's just not true. I think it's important you understand that. Number 3, we talked about pay your debts, right? And how do you spell debt?
D-E-B P-H.
Deb. D-E-B-T.
Oh,
Got to get the
Yes.
T in there. Okay?
remember the $5. That's how you remember. If you ask your daughter for a foot rub, you don't pay her $5.
You're really holding a grudge. I don't think you read the small print. Okay, continuing on. Number 4, don't make your financial problems other people's problems. You understand that? Mm-hmm. Okay, we're good with that. Then we have, where can you not go after college?
Your house.
That's right. You can visit, but visiting means you can probably sleep there one night.
One night.
Okay, don't bring boys home.
Dad,
What?
no.
I'm not interested in the boys in your life, okay?
I'm not interested in you talking about this.
Okay, we'll move on.
Yeah, move on, please.
Number 6, you girls can do anything boys can do.
Yes.
Important lesson not only for you to know, but Ted needs to know that too,
Yes.
right? Because here's the thing. If we have got a bunch of girls that are like, I can do whatever I want, but the boys are still saying, no, you can't, we got to teach the boys that that's wrong too,
Yeah.
right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Let's say Ted says he can't do that smile. I can't do the smile in the picture he's doing over there in the yellow frame.
Some people are listening on radio and don't have the visuals, so we have
Yes.
to, theater of the mind,
Okay.
if you will.
He is a 5-year-old boy
Okay.
named Billy Fish Tickler.
Why did you just call him Billy Fish Tickler? This is very
Okay,
weird
fine.
now.
His name is Teddy Dunn, and his smile is very crazy. It's like this.
Where's this going? Okay. Next thing. Okay, you ready? This is the newest point we're dealing with right now.
Okay.
Being rich is a terrible goal. You know what a goal is, right?
Yes.
Not like a soccer goal,
Yeah.
which you score lots of. Give it up.
Boom.
Boom. You know what a goal is, though? Like, my goal
Yes.
is to what?
My help people with their financial problem.
That's a goal, right?
And my goal,
Do you have any goals?
yes,
What are your goals?
get my math test. Get my math test right.
Get your math. So your goal is to do well on your math test.
Yes.
Okay, that's pretty good.
I succeeded my goal.
Okay. Being rich is a bad goal.
Yes.
Okay. Do you understand why though? Because you might not think that. So we should talk about it. Like your goal, despite everything else we've just talked about, your goal in life is not to have a bunch of money.
I'm kind of getting what you're saying. It's still stuck in my brain. I cannot get it out. It's hard.
I understand. It's a hard right because you think, well, I should probably want to have a lot of money, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
And it's
that's
okay to
not
have.
a goal in life. The goal in life is just life.
There's more to life than money.
Yeah.
Right? Because there are a lot of people with a lot of money who are miserable. There's a lot of people that have a lot of money that they probably should have had other goals. You might end up with a lot of money, but it's sort of a side effect. You know what a side effect is?
Yeah, I do.
What's a side effect? Don't say yes unless you know, because otherwise it gets weird.
Okay, I'm gonna Okay, a side effect. If I ate some bacon from this pig,
Yeah.
one of the side effects would be I would grow wings.
It's possible. It's possible.
That's what I know of it.
Okay, so here's where I'm going with this. Maybe your goal is to not need money, right? Think about that.
Yeah.
As opposed to your goal is to have a lot of money. It's almost better to not need money than to have a lot of money.
Yes.
That's a tough one. That's the hardest thing we've talked about today.
Yeah. It's really hard.
Yeah. Because you think everything you see on TV and you read and you live in a nice neighborhood and people seem like they got a lot of money.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, well, that's what I want.
Not really.
Well, that one's tough. We're going to have to work on that one a lot. Because you know what? I'm 40 years old. Old guy. I'm 40 years old. However, it has taken me a long time to figure that out too. The goal in life is not to have a bunch of money. We have other things we're dealing with. All right, next. You want to move on?
Yeah, sure. Let's
Probably
go.
should. Next lesson. Okay. Now this one I want to talk about gymnastics a little bit. Because we had a
Yay!
situation about a month ago that we were dealing with. And we should have talked about this and we didn't. But here's the issue.
I have no idea what's going to happen next.
Are you excited?
No, I'm nervous.
Okay. When you're faced with a problem, okay, when you have a problem, whether,
Oh, I know
just
what
relax.
this is. I know
Whether
what
it's
this is.
financial or something else, you have to take all of your energy and your focus
Yeah.
and your brain to solve the problem, not complain about the problem. Do you have an example of gymnastics in which you had a problem
Yep.
and you had to focus on solving the problem as opposed to complaining about the problem? What is
Yes.
the example?
My vault.
Your vault. Tell us about your vault, Olivia.
Okay, I'm going to use Mr. Picky as
Leave the
my
pig alone.
example.
Just tell the story.
Okay, so in gymnastics, there is many types of vault. My vault I have to work on is there's a table, and then there's a mat, and I have to jump on the springboard, run, jump, handstand onto the table, and handstand flat back.
Okay.
So I just fall onto the mat,
Okay, so that's the challenge.
and I
There was a problem.
and there
with
was a
that.
problem.
What was the problem?
Because I wasn't making it, and that was my last practice before I had my gymnastics meet. So
Okay,
I
so
got
that's a
frustrated.
problem. But I remember that night, a lot of tears about that problem.
Yes.
And it's okay to cry, by the way. Okay. But were you focusing on solving the problem, or were you just going, I have a problem, I have a problem?
I have a problem. I have a problem.
That's all you were doing. Okay. When you have a problem, you have to focus on fixing the problem. Okay. Let's say you and I are shopping at the mall, right?
Shopping.
And someone comes by and takes my wallet. Do I just stand there and go, someone took my wallet, someone took my wallet, and I just sit there
No.
and do what I do that?
No.
No. You try to solve the problem. How are we going to find the wallet? How are we going to have enough money to buy gas to get home? You have to start solving problems. So here's what's going to happen in your financial life from the beginning, like from the time you get out of school. You'll have little problems,
If
right?
someone took your wallet, find the guy and tackle him. That's
I'm
what
not
I
strong
would
enough
do.
to get it back. You probably should tell a
I
policeman.
would, because I would jump on him,
Okay.
and this is a little violent, but I would bite him.
Okay. I'm going to toss to commercial because what we know is
Yes.
about tossing a commercial.
Yes.
Why do you toss to commercial?
I messed up.
No, you didn't mess up. I got nervous with all the violence. Come back. We have one lesson left with Ollie Dunn teaching your kids about money. This is the $1 Million Plan. I'm Pete the Planner.
And I'm Ollie Dunn.
Let's take a break.
Every day living through the peace of my soul, I remain whole, even in the middle of the pain. Even though my life has the rain, I still remain sane. Writing and creating for my life, and my pen is my sword given by the Lord, and I use it to fight the tides of restriction. Sometimes I'm conflicted by myself, looking at the trees too much and can't see the forest. Enemy shall inherit the earth, and I want to inherit something other than the high blood pressure and diabetes. So work is what I gotta do. Stay true to my enemy and water the trees that I sing from, and look out for the lumberjacks. Running with the gale force wind at my back. Swift and enduring, I remain calm. Swift and enduring, I remain calm. Swift and enduring, I remain calm.
Welcome back to your $1 Million Plan with Pete the Planner.
I think my favorite part about that is the clapping, because no one ever claps on this show. Ollie, thank you for doing that. This is our final segment together. We just got a couple minutes left of the show, and I want to teach you your final lesson. So at the end of this show, you get these 3 chocolate nom-noms.
Can I touch one?
Hold on, not yet. These are 3 chocolate nom-noms. At the beginning of the show, you were offered to have 1, and I said at the end of the show, you would have 3 if you waited. But we're faced with a little bit of a problem here.
Yeah.
Okay? There are 2 other people, don't include me. There are 2 other people in our building right now.
Yeah.
And neither of them have a nom-nom. Mm-hmm. Nicole, our producer, our wonderful producer Nicole, does not have a nom-nom. And our friend Erica, who's another office worker, she does not have a nom-nom either. You have 3 nom-noms. And they don't have any.
I should give them nom-nom.
You think you should share your nom-noms? You get 1, Nicole gets 1, and Erica gets 1?
Yeah.
So there are going to be times in your life in which you've done a good job. You got some money, you got some stuff, and there are other people working hard. Mm-hmm. They're working hard, just like you. You just happen to have some stuff, and they don't, right? Because we talked earlier, sometimes it's luck, sometimes it's opportunity. We don't know why.
Yeah.
You have to give generously. You have to, right? Mm-hmm. Now, it's your decision. You can decide what you want to do, but I'm just telling you right now, like, here's what's going to happen in your life. Sometimes things are going to go well for you, and you're going to like, look at me, I did a great job. That might be true. But you'll feel much better about the situation if you share what you have with others, instead of just keeping it all for yourself. And frankly, the metaphor extends, because if you ate these 3 chocolate nom-noms right now, you would probably feel sick.
Why?
Because that's a lot of sugar, my friend. A lot of sugar.
That's what I'm made for.
All right, so I'm going to let you do the biggest honor in this show as we wrap it up here in just about 30 seconds. I want you to know what the biggest waste of money this week is. So is there a situation you thought of, or something that people spend money on this week that you think is a giant waste of money?
Let's see here.
You don't have a lot of time, so see faster.
See, I don't know.
You don't know? I will do this. I will say great use of money of the week. Mom and I were in Mexico last week, right? And your Auntie M took care of you. Mm-hmm. And we brought her a bottle of tequila to say thank you. She really needed it when you were there, but we're going to say thank you. And that is a good use of money, is to ply my sister with booze because she had to deal with you for like 48 hours. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Hey, you know what? Thanks for being on my show.
You're welcome.
I love you very much.
I love you too.
All right, so...
I'm gonna close it out.
Okay, go right ahead.
Thank you for watching Pete the Planner's $1 Million Plan.
If you want to be on this podcast and have Pete fix your money life, then hit us up at PeteThePlanner.com/podcast. You heard me. PeteThePlanner.com/podcast. Log on.
This is for information purposes only. It's not the Swiss financial planning device. Consult a financial advisor.
Released from Everest, the fresh is fresh, and you can call me E.T. Word to John Tesh. Let me bless this harmonic presentation. It's amazing, so amazing. I'm the reason. Salutations, I bring you love, Tron greetings from a faraway land. I am the sole controller. Put the remote down and let me take control. You're now a part of my zone, so enjoy yourself. Lovetron can restore your health. I bring you greetings, salutations. How you doing? And is that how y'all say it? The tinkling of the keys is an homage to the little star. I sojourn over poetic descriptions of sound and travel to my other world. Out of this world, spaceship on my arm took me home, fueled by the ink and the megabytes and the hypertext transfer protocol, stronger than the Skynet and the Terminator. I push faders into warp speed, glide with ease, creating a breeze they call a black hole. Event horizon, no rear view concerns. This I adjourn, and beats I burn. This I adjourn, and beats I burn. Salutations, I bring you Lovetron greetings from a faraway land. I am the sole controller. Put the remote down and let me take control. You're now a part of my zone, so enjoy yourself. Lovetron can restore your health. I bring you greetings, salutations. How you doing? And is that how y'all say it?